Hey YouTube, it's Cutt here, and we're bringing you another one. I'm a digital artist who likes to watch movies with the people, and now we're about to do a breakdown of Inside Out 2. Listen, wow, what a movie! What a movie! Really good. So first of all, I just watched the first one. Okay, again, well, I've seen it before, but it's been years. Okay, It's been years, and I was like, all right, let me watch it for the channel. So hopefully it's still, hopefully Disney ain't take it down. Because if Disney took it down, I'm pointing to nothing. Okay, but if you click right here, you should be able to watch the movie watch along, so the reaction video, and then this we're gonna do right now is a breakdown. I just went to the theaters, I saw it in IMAX. Okay, the visuals, I mean the leveling up, divine. The characters, divine. Okay. Before we go, because this is going to be a spoiler review, but we're going to start off with the non-spoilers. So first is my ranking, 11 out of 10. 11 out of 10, like, wow. Really good. Did I like it better than the first one? Yes. The first one was good, and I loved it. But the second one was so much juicier. The first one was good in its own way, like it had one thing, but this brought a whole nother thing to it that I really liked. Okay, so we're going into the spoilers. Okay, so I don't know if this is going to spoil it or not, so I'm actually going to try to avoid as much as possible, but I'm just letting you know stuff might slip. That's my point. I might say something where you're like, well, why did he tell us that? So I'm just putting that out there right now. I'm going to try my best. But that don't mean my best is going to be good enough. Which brings me to the core. Anxiety? Terrified. You know what? Me personally, I mean, I guess we all experience a level of anxiety to a point, but I've never had like an attack. That's not true. I guess when I was younger, I probably had more attacks. But as an older person who's become more grounded in who I am and what I know, it doesn't happen. Well, I guess when I was a kid, it did happen. So, and then some people still struggle with anxiety now where they're having anxiety, panic attacks and things like that. And this shows for the first time, like what it really feels like to have a panic attack. And there's a particular scene at the end that shows how detached the emotions are from anxiety. Like how much anxiety can really capture a human, like purposely or unpurposely. Like it's really terrifying. And even from the first movie, I always felt Riley was going through it. Like, girl, get it together. Running away, crying in class. Get it together, girl. This one felt a little bit more like, we've seen movies. So the core story is a movie about a teenager who fakes the funk. We've seen movies like that. Like, what was that movie with Nick Cannon? Y'all know. Oh gosh, I don't remember the name, but there's a movie with Nick Cannon, old movie when he's younger, where like he's like pretending to be cool, right? Or Aladdin's like that, like he's pretending to be this prince, but for real, he's just faking the funk to get a certain thing in life. That's the core of what's happening. Like she's faking the funk for this like cool girl, and it's like, girl, be yourself. Be yourself. Okay? Be yourself. And that's one thing that I think, it's not just about being yourself. It's the core meaning of this story is accept who you are, know who you are, know your flaws, know your good things, know you're not perfect. Communicate. Like there's so many little things that and that's the point of growing up, right? She's just 13, so this is a part of growth, but it's like you have to be able to control these emotions, because actually you'll see that the parents also had anxiety, but they don't treat anxiety as a lead in any way, shape, or form. As like Riley, the main character, she's going through it, and Joy has to capture anxiety in such a way of kind of like, okay, we can find a way to use you, but for real, we all are here. Like all these emotions are here, so we got to be able to use them accordingly. And she did well with the first one, but then these emotions, so the emotions that are new, okay? Because so the old ones, you got joy, sadness, anger, disgust, and fear. Those are the main 5. And then the new 5, or new technically 5, is anxiety, envy, boredom, awkward, and technically nostalgia. But they keep putting nostalgia back in the basement. Because nostalgia, we all feel it, but you feel it as you get older. And she has little moments where nostalgia tries to peek in. But when you're only 13, how much nostalgia can you possibly have? So they keep like hinting that nostalgia will be back because as you get older, nostalgia becomes more of a thing that pops up. And it's just this little old lady. It's so cute. But I think out of all of those new emotions, the one that's my favorite, okay, anxiety is just kind of terrifying. Like, there's a point where she's like scary. Like she's scary to look at. Like her eyes are poppy and she can't hear anything. She's so focused on what she thinks is the right way, and it's like, no. Another thing they implemented, I didn't even pick, I guess if I had to pick out of all of them, maybe boredom is my favorite. Because he's even more lackadaisical than disgust. Because disgust don't be caring, but really be caring. But boredom really is like, why are we even doing anything? Why do we even do anything? I enjoyed, that was the thing. They were all giving me a little bit of something. They were giving me everything. And because fear and disgust are probably the most comical characters out of the whole thing. And then anger might be next. Because they were kind of like, they were more in the forefront. So in the other movie, they were more in the background in the first one. But in the second one, they're in the forefront and they are hilarious. Hilarious, okay? One other thing they implemented that I think was great, how they did was good, but I feel like it could have went another way, was belief. So they added belief into the core meaning of this movie. And it was really like not just belief, but like belief, like self-belief. Like I'm a good person, I'm a bad person. But those are beliefs. It's no way to determine that. I mean, actions determine that. But like from the inside, the only way to determine that is from your own feelings based upon the things that are happening around you. So they use that as the core thing. And I thought that was really unique. I do wish though there was some other thing, because it was like, basically she was able to fix her own problem, which is good. And I'm glad they went that route, because I didn't want it to be fixed based upon someone helping for the sake of this movie. But in reality, this movie showed me that we need each other, because when you feel like you're by yourself, then you don't go to the counselors for guidance. You don't go to therapy for guidance. You don't go to church for guidance. You don't go to your family for guidance. You don't go to your friends for guidance. And then you find yourself feeling like you're alone, when in reality, there's so many people around you who has so much that they can give to you, and vice versa, for you all to grow together. So that's a little bit of the thing that was missing in this, which was the outside helping you. It was all about you helping yourself, which is good. I think that's important, but that's not always the case. So a lot of times we have people around us who help us. So that was missing in this movie a little bit, but I think it kind of has to be that way, because if it's an outside source helping the emotions, I don't think the story can be as firm as it needs to be, because it's about this movie. Just to get the full thing out there, Inside Out, I'm talking first and second movie, Inside Out's core message is about joy. That's what this movie is all about. All those other emotions is about management. Joy is the most important emotion to have. I believe that personally, and I believe that in the story. Joy's essence is, and you know what? Her name isn't Happiness. Her name is not Happy, right? They could have named her Happy or Happiness. That's not her name. Her name is Joy. Those are two different things, okay? You could be happy, okay? Anything can make you happy. Anything can make you unhappy. Joy is inside. It's inside. That means even if you're having a bad day, if you're a joyous person, if joy is inside, then even though you're having a bad day, you'll overcome that bad day. And if joy is inside, when you're happy, you'll understand that, okay, this may be a moment of happiness, but I know that sometimes it's sunny today and it's cloudy tomorrow. But joy will keep you really like firm. And there was a moment near at the end of like content, like calmness. This movie was like showing what calmness over self really feels like, or what it means. And that was really, really, really good. It wasn't as clever as the first movie. Like the first movie was a little bit more puns and using this way of these concepts and trying to, it had a lot of that. This one didn't have that much of that. But it was but I think because it was so many new characters, they had to allow those characters to breathe without a bunch of puns and stuff over top of it. I thought this was a phenomenal movie. It made me like want a third movie, and I would not be upset if they made a third one. But if it's gonna take, 12 years, then I don't know. But yeah, this definitely goes to one of the tops of my Pixar's movies. I'm shocked they didn't have a Pixar short at the time. They usually do like a short. That was like a tradition. I don't know if they stopped doing that or if they just didn't do one for this, or maybe they put it on Disney Plus. I don't know. But I was kind of looking forward to seeing a little short before Pixar movie. But that wasn't there. Anyway, I recommend you guys go take your kids. I think the kids will love it. Adults will love it. It allows you to see yourself and see, especially those who do suffer with anxiety. And have panic attacks and things like that. I've experienced things like that to an extent at some point in my life, but not. It was never like a true part of like thing. Some people it's like it's a part of their personality. It's never been a part of my personality, but I understand how you can get to the point where the world is just crushing you. It feels like the world's crushing you. And that's what anxiety, it's not. The world's not crushing you. But anxiety makes you feel like you're being shrunk, and the world's just like, So I definitely get it. And I think they did such a perfect way shooting it and setting the lighting. And you could probably tell they're still not really giving stuff away. But when you see this particular scene at the end with anxiety at the peak level, wow, it's a very like oh my gosh, this is craziness. Very, very, very good. Yeah, so anyway, thank you guys so much for coming by. I don't know, anyway, definitely go ahead and check out the Etsy shop down below. Check out the Cutt coloring book, which I don't have near me. Sorry for the mess back there. I'm making a rug right now. Ignore that. Anyway, if you have not already, don't forget to like, subscribe, push that notification button, because we're gonna keep bringing this stuff to y'all.
I can take notes, get coffee, manage your calendar, walk your dog, carry your things, watch you sleep.
What are you doing? I know you're not about to leave. It's mad buttons down there. You ain't pushed on one of them. You better subscribe to my channel. See you soon.
Sorry, I can get ahead of myself. I'm anxiety. I'm one of Riley's new emotions, and we are just super jazzed to be here. Where can I put my stuff?
What do you mean, we?